This is a brief explanation about Lab 02, the NN2, what you're supposed to do. Also, we are going over NN1, then NN2 shellcode. First, NN2 has only one input. Input is a text file which has gate information. So if I show you one of the sample, it looks like this. So input, then equal, inequality operator, then space, and then output. So this one has 4 input values. Then you are going to use those values to build a good neural network using forward feeding and backpropagation. After you get it, you are going to just see the structure of every input and output. Each line has the same structure, so you can just refer one of them. Then, if you see there are 2 inputs, so you are going to have like a bias 2. So bias, then 2 more inputs, so you're going to have total 3 inputs. And final output is 1. Then hidden layers we set up as 2 and 1 already. So you are going to have a layer count as 3, 2, 1, 1. So those are hidden layers. Then first number and last number are given from the input file. So it's not always 3, 2, 1, 1. The first number and last number can be changed. So this is your first thing, think about. Then second thing is, after you get all the values, you can think about making an object and store each one, or you can store all the X values in one list. So for example, you can make the structure. So we can say, make a structure for the neural network. When you make a structure, one of the simple way is first input bias, input or input bias. The order does not matter actually. And this time I made the first one as a bias. That is the first input. Then second input, second one, I have 2 stages, so I can have like an initial value 0 for 2 stages. Then third layer, I have 1 stage, and last output is 1. I do not know what's output yet. So I can have all those values in one list. Then in a list, I'm gonna have like a first input, then second input, and third input, fourth input. So this is my structures for like X values. Then you can also think about the weight. For the weight, each time you can have the same weight when you do forward if you do not improve the network. So weight, you are gonna have just a list of lists. First, between layer 0 and 1, you are gonna need 3 by 2. So first time you are gonna have 6 numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can use the layer count for that 3 by 2, 2 times 1, and 1 times 1. So first 6 random values, and second 2 times 1, so 2 random values. Then last one, 1 times 1, so 1 random value. That is your weight. So by using the weight, you are going to do forward feeding with, I'm gonna now name it those input as a training set. Training set 1 is the first one. You are going to do forward feeding with the training set 1. Then you are going to get the error. So you are going to store error somewhere. So we can make also the error list. Errors. I can say if I have 1, 2, 3, 4 input, 4 training sets, errors also 4 for each input. For each training set, you're going to have 1 error. So you are going to calculate the error and store it. Then what you are going to do is you are going to build a backpropagation network. Backpropagation network, you are going to have 2 things, E-nodes or E-belts. E-belts has the same structure as X-belts, but different belt. The calculation is different. Then negative gradient. Negative gradient is also for each weight. So negative gradient has the same structure as weight. Just the numbers are different, calculation is different. Then by using this BP, backpropagation network values, then you are going to modify weight of the each wire. Then you are going to do for the feeding. So this is number 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you are going to do second time for the feeding with training set 2. Calculate error. So after training set 1, error list, first one is filled. Then after training set 2 for the feeding, error list for training set 2 is filled. Then you are going to backpropagation, then up E values, E node values, and negative gradients by using the new weight you got it and new input data. Then you are going to modify weight again. Then you are gonna do for the feeding with the training set 3, the third training set. Then calculate the error. Then do backpropagation network, E values and negative gradients. Then modify weight. Then you are going to do training set 4 for the feeding, calculate the error. Then you trained all 4. That means your error list is filled. So you are going to check error sum. If error sum meets the goal, you stop here. If error sum does not meet the goal, you keep doing. Then you are going to update your X belts, weight, E belts, negative gradient also at the same time error list until you get the error sum meets the goal. So this is the basic idea about lecture 2. About how to do each step, you can refer example step 2. Then, and previous class note.